Mountain of Mirrors. You choose to try and fool the ogre. Standing 9 feet tall, the ogre is very frightening. It looks as though it could tear you limb from limb with a single hand. You look at its mouth filled with ragged yellow teeth, and remember that ogres considered elves a treat and love to eat them. A long chain dangles from one of the ogre's scaly hands, and a huge sword is attached to its belt. You wonder if you can trick the ogre. You are desperately trying to think of a way to do so when you realize the ogre is nearly upon you. It is too late to run. You wonder if the same trick that fooled the two guards at the entrance will work on the ogre. Hiding your sword and backpack behind a rock, you step out of the shadows and say, "Quick! Simus and Roger sent me for help. There's an invasion back at the door." The ogre stops short, looks closely at you, and says, "So what? Who helps Mang when Mang have trouble? Let them help themselves." Slowly you begin to back up. "Well, if you don't want to help, that's okay. I'm sure everything will work out. I better get back. Thanks, Mr. Mang." While the ogre's squinty red eyes peek curiously at you, you take a few steps back. "Where are you from?" it growls. "Oh, I'm new here, sir. I just happened to be at the door. Simus told me to go find help." "Don't look like prisoner. Why you run free? Why you still have nice cloak?" The ogre snatches at your cloak, but you step back out of its reach. "Hey, what go on here? You no messenger. Mang knows." You try to edge slowly away. With a rasping clang, the ogre draws its sword and advances upon you. You have never seen a blade like it before. Solid black, and 4 feet long. When the ogre draws the sword, a curious weakness comes over you. Your knees feel like water. You can't seem to breathe. Your arms feel like they weigh a ton, and you're too weak to draw your dagger. "Meet your match, elf. My sword made by evil wizard. Sword named Elf Killer. You don't have chance. Ah, ah, ah." The ogre leaps forward, and the dreadful blade pierces your cloak. The cold metal slides along your side as you twist away, and your strength ebbs as though you have been fatally wounded. The floor rushes up to meet you, and everything goes black. You awaken to find yourself slung over the ogre's shoulder. You are nearing the line of prisoners. Even though they have been left unguarded, they have not moved. Carefully you inch your hand toward the dagger strapped to your belt. Believing you are dead, the ogre has not bothered to search you for any of your weapons. You pull your dagger out of its sheath and plunge it deep into the ogre's back. Thud! The ogre drops to the ground and begins to stagger about, trying desperately to pull the blade from its own back. It screams with pain and rage because it cannot reach the blade, and the corridor echoes with its inhuman shrieks. "Kill! Kill! You're going to be sorry, little elf. Slice you into bitty bits." The ogre stumbles towards you, its ugly face twisted with hatred. It swings its sword menacingly. You watch in terror as Meng approaches. Too terrified to move, you cover your eyes. There's the harsh sound of metal striking rock, a heavy thump, then silence. Cautiously opening your eyes, you spot the ogre lying on the ground and staring at you. You open your other eye, and the ogre is still lying on the ground. It has not moved. The ogre is dead. You have killed the ogre, and its dreadful sword, Elf Killer, lies broken and powerless on the ground beside it. Your strength then rushes back at you as you leap to your feet. Excited, you run to the motionless prisoners. Hey, come on, let's go. I killed the ogre. Follow me. I can get us out of here." The prisoners do not move. Thinking that they do not believe you, you rush back to the body of the ogre and search it for the key to the chain. "Look, I found the key. I'll have you free in no time." You dash about, freeing one prisoner after another. Still, there's only silence for them. They stare stupidly at the ground with their arms dangling loose at their sides. When the chains fall from their necks, they begin walking slowly and silently down the dark corridor. Where are you going? Wait, stop! Someone, talk to me! What's going on? You yell at them, but the prisoners do not stop until they have reached their tiny cells where they wait patiently to be let in. Listen, you're free. Let's get out of here, you plead. Not a single prisoner turns. Not one prisoner speaks. What are you? A bunch of a bunch of zombies? You say, grabbing the arm of one of the prisoners. The arm feels like rubber, quite cold and lifeless. Your excitement and hope die as you look at the silent line of prisoners. Realizing that only death will free them now, you back away down the corridor. You give the prisoners one last sad look, and see them still standing patiently and pathetically in front of their cells. You can do nothing for them, but your village still depends on you, and you must continue. Vote 1 if you choose to return to the ledge and run to the staircase to take your chances. Or vote 2 if you choose to investigate the earlier corridor that you passed. Again, if you wish to return once more to the grand staircase, vote 1. Or, if you choose to continue the corridor that you passed earlier, vote 2. You have a wonderful and blessed day.